Hey guys, alright, so I just finished watching Aliens. Truth be told, I did not rewatch all of Alien before I reviewed it. I'd seen the movie like 7 times, so some of it was from memory. But I did watch all of Aliens, the 2.5 hour extended edition. Um, let's jump right into it. It's an action movie. The first movie is a horror movie, and there are a lot of important differences. Though there are many sort of hints slash homages, if you will, to the first movie. The way they all come out of cryo sleep, the way that it shows everyone's names on the computer. I actually disagree with you, Jake. I think the second movie is faster than the first movie, at least in terms of what's going on. The first movie has a lot of just like looking at computer screens and listening to computer noises. This movie, there are a couple scenes like that, but they're not. They don't drag as much, in my opinion. Um, so many of the characters, there's a lot more of the characters in this movie. I feel like you've got Vasquez, you've got Bishop, you've got Hicks, Hudson, the Sarge, everyone. Like, you actually feel something when they die in this one, and their deaths are a lot more, um, like, I don't know. It's like for example when Vasquez and the leader dude, not Sarge, but the other guy, are in the vents, and they die with the mine or with the grenade. Like that death actually evoked a lot more emotion for me than just random person I've known for very little of the film with practically no character development, and now they're dead. Oh well, I don't know. I just feel like while this movie does not have anywhere near the horror that the first film does, and there's really no suspense to speak of, it's all just action, adrenaline pumping, whatever. Because I get to know the characters better and I get to like them more, I actually care. So that's my deal with it. And I'm sorry that you're hearing that background noise, but they're playing Mario Kart through that wall over there. So anyway, let's see here. Bishop is one of my favorite characters, and I wish there was more of him because he's I really do. He's one of those characters that I would have loved to see a lot more of in the movie, and they just didn't have him in there. This movie makes a lot, like everyone uses this movie. I can't tell if I'm still in frame. I am. Okay. Everyone uses this movie. Everyone references this movie. Like the game StarCraft. There are so many quotes taken directly from this movie for like the characters in StarCraft. Like one of the Marines, if you click on them enough, says, "How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?" Which Hudson said. The transport vehicle from StarCraft is literally the person flying, and a couple of the lines they say, "We're in the pipe 5x5, rough airhead, we're in for some chop." A lot of those are all taken directly from this movie. So like, not just StarCraft though. Like South Park. There's some episode where Cartman is like, "They mostly come out at night, mostly." Um, and I know that everyone uses the chest exploding scene from the first movie. In fact, even in Spaceballs, interesting tidbit, the guy in Spaceballs, in the canteen or whatever, who has the alien explode out of his chest, is the same actor as the guy in Alien, which is why he says, "Oh no, not again." That is Kane, same guy. So I thought that was funny, but like that's sort of the one scene that's ever referenced from the first movie. Whereas the second movie, there's just tons and tons of scenes that are referenced and used like again and again as sort of little nods or throwbacks or even just blatant stealing. And that doesn't necessarily make a good movie, but I guess it makes it very memorable. In terms of not seeing the aliens in the hallways, yeah, that might have been a budget issue. That might have been that they were trying to go back to the first movie where you didn't see it as much. I kind of don't think that quite as much because you sort of are supposed to know what they look like or you've seen bits of them. The Queen is definitely awesome. I feel like the nice thing about this movie is that the characters, there's more emotion going on than in the first movie. In the first movie, they're just scared. And they're scared and they're trying to get away. In the second movie, they're not entirely scared. There's a lot more going on, and Ripley like freaks out when Newt gets taken, and there's a lot more mourning over people's death. There's a lot more like the Neil, no Jake you were upset that you thought it was so convenient that they just happened to visit the alien guy or the alien ship, right as when whatever was coming, right as they went, Ripley came out of cryosleep, and I would have thought that you saw the scene where Ripley accuses the company dude, whose name I forget now, of being the guy who told the colonist to go there. Everything sort of goes back to the company being evil. And I know that in this case it was just the one company guy who was evil, but in Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection, the company is always evil. And Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection suck balls. They are terrible, terrible films. I hate them. I'll review them if you guys really want to review them. But they're just god awful. Alien 3 is by far the worst, and then Alien Resurrection, I think I'm only okay with it because I used to have a crush on Winona Ryder, and she's in it. Yeah. They try to do the aliens in 3D, and Alien Resurrection is just... Anyway, bottom line is, the company is bad, and that element of there being not only evil in the supernatural side, but they're also being not threat, I would say, over evil, but they're actually being also threat from the human side, and that they're conflicting with each other. And there was also the issue of how the Marines seemed to get along less than the people from the first movie. The Marines were quarreling with each other, and they'd make fun of each other, or I don't know, the military wasn't as coherent, I feel, as Ripley's crew. And Ripley definitely comes into her own in this movie. And I like that she's not immediately a commando. That's what I like about her. She's a normal person. She knows a couple things that she can do, and she does them well. But she's not a gun-toting, I can do everything. She becomes that throughout the film. And you actually see the first time she tries to shoot an alien with the gun, it doesn't work initially. It jams up, and she starts hitting it, and then it goes and just happens to kill a thing. And so then, what is it? Hicks trains her. Hicks is also one of my favorite characters. Hicks is very similar to the original guy who in Terminator 1, I forget his name, but whoever is John Connor's father from Terminator 1, Hicks reminds me of him. He might be the same actor, I'm not sure. But anyway, and the military seems really stupid. The commander in this film, when they all, he just throws all of his troops in, and it sounds like humans have encountered aliens at this point, and that they have gone on bug hunts or whatever. But it seems like they just aren't prepared for this, and rather than pulling out, they just all die. Just terrible. The black guy, the Sarge, love his character. He has so many great lines. He first thing he comes out of cryosleep, throws a cigar in his mouth and starts yelling at everybody to get their asses up and get moving. I don't know. It's just I really, really like this film. It's one of my absolute favorite movies. Definitely like it more than the first movie. Definitely think the first movie was still amazing. Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection suck. And Alien vs. Predator, both of those suck too. I'm not sure. I think those do suck more than Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Just a little. Predator, and as far as the Predator movies, I would totally review Predator 1. I actually just watched it last year for the first time. I've seen Predator 2 a couple times. Mostly on TV, though, so it would be interesting to watch it through start to finish on my own. But yeah, I'd review those if you guys wanted to as well. And I'm out. That's 9 minutes. Looking forward to your review, Neil. See ya.